In the United States, gang violence is a major problem. Every year, a small number of violent gangs with internecine and ruthless networks are responsible for the killings of thousands of innocents and other gang members. Local law enforcement authorities can no longer handle this issue. The federal government has been aware of this for years. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at the 10 most dangerous gangs in the United States. Yeah, you heard it right. So, let's start our video. MS-13. Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13, is a vicious and violent gang with 10,000 members. They're in 40 US cities. This gang was created in the 1980s by Salvadoran immigrants in Los Angeles, but this operation spans north, east, and south. Drug trafficking, murder, extortion, racketeering, and child prostitution are their specialties. Due to deportations, the gang has become a prominent power in El Salvador. They affect El Salvador's ruling parties. Obama declared MS-13 an international criminal organization in 2012. Barrio 18. The 18th Street Gang is a large adolescent gang in the US, Central America, and Canada. The FBI has been fighting this gang since the 1990s to stop drug sales, murder for hire, prostitution, extortion, and kidnapping. In recent years, they've welcomed members of other nations. Barrio 18 considers MS-13 its arch rival, and confrontations between them have led to gang murders. The FBI knows it must keep a watch on this gang's tens of thousands of members across the country. Aryan Brotherhood. The Aryan Brotherhood has a substantial presence in the US federal prisons, unlike other gangs described here. According to the FBI, gang members account for 20% of all jail homicides in the US. The Brotherhood, also known as the Brand, AB, or 1-2, has been in operation since the 1960s. While its roots may have contained Nazi-like motives, it has become a criminal syndicate. Killing a black or Hispanic prisoner is a requirement for joining the AB. Once in, you're stuck. Once you join this group of 10,000 in and out of prison, you are a brotherhood for life. Last year, the AB was suspected of killing 2 Texas prosecutors. They are scary. Mongols MC. The truth is, it's closer to reality than you might believe when you watch shows like Sons of Anarchy on cable. The Mongols Motorcycle Club, which was founded in California during the 1970s, is an example of the real-life motorcycle gangs that resemble the television version of Sam Crow. They are named after Genghis Khan's brutal Mongol kingdom and are thought to contain more than 70 chapters around the country. They are experts in narcotics trafficking and transportation, money laundering, extortion, and armed attacks. They are not on the best of terms with the Hells Angels, but they have a solid criminal cohort relationship with the Outlaws, Bandidos, and Sons of Silence, among others. Chicago Splinter Gangs. If you've been following the news, you know Chicago's gang violence is out of control. Even Rahm Emanuel can't handle the crisis. 2012 had 503 murders, and 2013 had 415. Part of this difficulty is the city's gang problem, especially on the south side. The Gangster Disciples, the Hit Squad, and the Kill Award ruled throughout the 1970s and 80s, but the Chicago PD arrested many gang bosses. This has created a hazardous system of unchecked cliques with restricted turf and no regulations. Smaller gangs still have a lot of firearms, and the shooters are primarily 14-year-olds. It is deplorable. The Bloods. The renowned Bloods gang originated in Los Angeles in the 1960s and later moved to many Texas jails in the 1980s. Since its formation, the Bloods gang, whose color is red, has had the Crips as its arch rival, whose turf color is blue. Several decades later in New York City, the East Coast Bloods emerged as a powerful criminal organization. A Manhattan judge convicted Omar Porti, one of the East Coast Bloods founders, to 50 years in prison barely a year ago. Prosecutors demonstrated in that trial that the East Coast Bloods gang is the most vicious street gang in New York City and that it shared similar criminal and violent ideals with the West Coast Bloods gang. The Mexican Mafia. The Mexican Mafia is a gang with extensive roots in the American prison system. It dates back to the 1950s when it was primarily centered within the California Department of Corrections. It is also known by the names EME or Emeros. Before becoming a member of the candidates must pass a series of loyalty tests that include cruel and criminal activities such as beatings, thefts, and even murder. Additionally, the is noted for upholding a strict code of intra-gang ethics. In 1997, for instance, the 2 gang members responsible for a failed robbery in Texas were promptly murdered. One was discovered suffocated, stabbed, and run over by a car, while the other was discovered stabbed to death. The Mexican Mafia engages in a variety of unlawful activities, including drug trafficking, racketeering, contract killings, and fraud, and operates in various states including Florida, California, Arizona, and Texas. Rollin' 60 Crips. The Rollin' 60 Neighborhood Crips is one of the most prominent Los Angeles-based gangs. This gang was founded in the late 1970s as a breakaway faction of the legendary West Side Crips. It is thought that they have more than 2,000 members, recruited primarily from the Los Angeles areas of Westchester and Crenshaw. The 1960s are notorious for their participation in bank robberies, carjackings, assaults with dangerous weapons, home invasions, and rapes. They have also been known to enter into blood feuds with rival gangs including Inglewood Family, Gangster Bloods, and the Neighborhood Pirus. Barrio Azteca. This is yet another group that is a serious worry for both local and international law enforcement agencies. Barrio Azteca, or Los Azteca, is a violent street gang with several thousand members that operate in southern states such as New Mexico and Texas, as well as eastern ones such as Massachusetts and Pennsylvania. Even in Juarez, Mexico, where they have at least 5,000 additional members, the members of this gang wield influence. This gang's affiliation with the violent Juarez drug cartel in Mexico contributes to their lethal nature. This cartel's militant wing is known as La Linea, and it frequently employs thugs and gangsters from Barrio Azteca to conduct its dirty work. The group has been linked to cocaine trafficking, notable murders, and even prison massacres. They're not the type of people you wish to associate with. Trinitarios. Most of the jail gangs already covered started in western and southern states. Nonetheless, Trinitarios is a New York-based gang. Primarily composed of Dominican immigrants, the group became publicly active in 1989. This gang is one of the most rapidly expanding in the country, with members in all 5 boroughs of New York City and a number of other states, such as New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Ohio. Numerous members of the Bronx chapter of this gang were arrested in 2012 for their involvement in 9 killings and 24 attempted murders. They're also quite active in the drug trade, specializing in the distribution of marijuana, crack cocaine, powder cocaine, and oxycodone. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.